Hello everyone, and welcome back to Peter Does Games. And we're back in American Truck Simulator today, waiting for it to load, because fun times. Alright, so we've got 19,000 in the bank right now. We're going to need 5,000. So, that's actually closer to 6,000 when you really boil it down. Which means I got 13 to play with. I'm going to do one more run before I buy my truck for the new employee, to make sure that I don't run into problems with paying off my interest. So let's see where we're at. I believe we're in St. George, if I recall. Yep, there we are. So let's see what kind of trips do we have going back towards Salt Lake. We don't have to get all the way to Salt Lake, but I'm thinking this one might work to get us most of the way there. Eventually I want to get back to Salt Lake so we can grab our next trip out of there, but I'm thinking this will be a nice short trip to do from where we're currently at. We got an hour and 21 minutes, so hopefully we won't run into any sleeping I can speak English. I need to sleep myself, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But sleeping problems. I do have the fatigue on. I'm not going to turn it off if I run into fatigue problems because I haven't slept correctly. Well, that's just my own fault. I'll get the penalties and keep on going. I don't think that's going to be an issue yet. I'll see where I'm at once I get in the truck here. And let's just check. We still got 5 hours, so yeah, we got plenty of time. And because the GPS isn't showing me anything, I think we're actually already at where we need to pick up our delivery. So this gets to get back up to the front. Yeah, now you can see kind of there's a little red dash on the map, which indicates that this is the place that we're going to. So let's flip it on over here. I'll go ahead because I'm going to need to turn around anyway. So we'll do it this way. Further. Get my job. I want job. Give me job. So you want this one. It's going to have 2 bits of soil. It's a little on the heavy side too. I don't think it'll be an issue. But we will find out. If it is an issue, eventually I will have a fully upgraded truck, and then none of it will ever be an issue ever again. Right. So this is only going to take just about 3 hours of game time. So after this delivery, I should have enough time to purchase the truck, get the new driver going, and then find a place to nap for this episode. This will probably be a little bit on the short side, but that's okay. I'm actually a little bit later than normal as I'm recording this. Always upload them to YouTube and then schedule them so that they come out at the same time. But I try to get them all recorded within 24 hours of when they're released. Not that it really matters a great deal. Let's see, I'll throw on the cruise control, get it to 40. Alright. This game is such a nice, chill game, very zen. You can zone out while still doing things. Let your mind wander if you want, or you can do what I do, which is to distract myself with commentary. For people who probably don't yet exist, I haven't checked my channel analytics in a couple of days, but I'm pretty sure I still have 0 subscribers. Not really pushing anything yet. I think I've got enough content now that I could probably start doing that. But it's getting close to the Christmas season. It's 2 weeks away now for Christmas, and I have stuff to do that keeps me a little bit occupied up until Christmas time. So, make this corner. Yep, got it. Alright, anyway, let's get back up to speed. Hit the cruise control. Anyway, as I was saying, got things to do for the Christmas holiday, getting everything into Christmas spirit, and figuring out what I'm doing with my life. In other words, drinking lots and lots of eggnog. The good kind. I can tell that there's a fairly heavy load on this trailer because that took a while to stop. Hot deli to go. That'd actually be pretty good, but there's the Plaster and Sons. Ugh. That name still gives me the shivers. Don't know why. And here we go! No, you car. You wait. I need to get over to the right lane, so let's do that now. And we go to the stoplight. Accelerating on a hill is always fun. But yeah. This truck is my truck. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And I like it. It's got some fairly decent power, or I'm miscalculating how much weight I'm actually pulling. Like, I thought it was fairly heavy at 38,000, I think is what it said. But maybe it's not really that heavy. Nobody in the circle. And then we just go here. That lane's going to end, so I'm just going to sneak over into this one. I don't know the actual legality of that, but I did it anyway. And now we go to the interstate. I will say, I really like the scenery for Utah in this game. I live in Colorado. I think I mentioned it before. But western Colorado actually looks a lot like this. I don't live out west, but I've been through many, many times. And a lot of the area looks like this, which would make sense that Utah would also look very similar. I have been through Utah a couple of times as well. Mainly just in passing as I'm going through towards California. I've been both north and south of parts of Utah. I really like the whole state of Utah. It's got a very diverse climate, geography, geology, however you want to describe it. But enough. Let me see. It is currently, what, 1 o'clock game time. So we don't have to worry about night driving in this episode either. Now, I really like night driving in this game as well. The only problem with it is every time you're recording something for YouTube, the darker it is, the worse it looks on YouTube. And so it's better for video quality if I'm actually in daytime, which I am. It looks like this is going to end really quick. Do my blind spot check. And then drive erratically over. Like a madman. But that is the thing. I only drive like a madman because I am a madman. And I'm mad like a fox. Or a Russian bear. But not that guy. It's one of the things that people don't realize. Rasputin never died. He just lost the RAS. Think about it for a minute. Or really don't. It's kind of a pointless thing. That said, most of what I say is kind of pointless when you really boil it down. Fun times. I'm still fighting a bit of a head cold I've had for the past few days, which makes thinking a little more interesting. If you saw the video that would have been posted yesterday, I've started a new game on the channel, 7 Billion Humans. It's been a lot of fun. It's a very cognitive game, lets me think a lot, which is a lot of fun. I really do enjoy thinking a lot. As sarcastic as I am in this game, and as I often will mock myself for being big-brained and all that, the reality is I do like intellectual puzzles. I like thinking, I like using my noggin. And so 7 Billion Humans so far, a lot of fun. Ooh, had a little bit of a stutter there. That was not that exciting. I'm trying to change lanes. Anyway, so like I was saying, 7 Billion Humans, it's a really fun game. Not sure how much the people who would be watching American Truck Simulator would like that kind of game, because it's radically different from this type of game. But all that to say, as I'm playing that game, it's somewhat difficult because of fighting through the head cold. But it's still fun. So even though my brain kind of feels like it's a little bit of mush, just being able to puzzle out different techniques is a lot of fun. So I'm not going to replace the Franchise Hockey Manager with that, although I am going to be doing Franchise Hockey Manager a little less frequently. I've actually got a bit of video recorded for that game, and halfway through recording, well, not even halfway through, it was probably about 20% into the video. When I was recording it live, my cat knocked my microphone over, knocked out the sound from my mic, so I got to record a bunch of post-production audio, what do they call it, like ADL or something like that, without knowing exactly what was said the first time around. I think I can fake it, but it's a lot of work, and it ended up being kind of long because I spoofed. Let me slow down here because we're in a construction zone. I spoofed, or I played through the first hockey game that we had there, and kind of was reading most of the shots and stuff. I played the whole game like live, but it ended up being like an hour and 20 minutes long on that episode, so it's kind of a long episode, and I have to re-record dialogue. So it's probably going to be the weekend at the earliest before I get to that. And jump back up to 80. So just filling you guys in. For anybody who might actually be watching that series, and if you are watching that series, you know, I've kind of been a little bit like my usual sarcastic self with the game. It looks like they're putting an accident up ahead, and I'm about to have another one. I don't really like these things. Let me check my map really quick, see if the detour is far away. That's not too bad, so I'll go around. Sometimes if the detour is too ridiculous, yeah, I'm gonna make you stop. If the detour is too ridiculous, then I'll just weave my way through off the shoulder, things like that. You're not really supposed to do that, but you know, who am I to ever do what I'm supposed to do? That killed all of my momentum. Thank you very much. But this one, it's not going to make that much of a difference on this trip, and besides, I've already got a shorter one for this episode, so maybe now it won't be a shorter one after all. Alright, let's get back up to speed. This right here is also why I don't like the way stations, because you're going along in a good clip, and then you have to get to a dead stop, and then you have to start all over again trying to get back up to speed. And they seem to just pull you over. The heavier the load is, the more frequently they'll pull you over. I actually, on my other account, when when I was getting my achievements for that one, before I started recording for YouTube, I actually went on a complete trip from Salt Lake City all the way up to one of the towns in Oregon. I don't remember which one it was now, but I had to stop at every single one of the way stations on that trip. I think there's 5 total that I hit. And from what I've heard, there's supposed to be about a 60% chance of having to stop. Let me check my map really quick. So that just goes to dead end. So the GPS is correct on this. I always double check that always sometimes. I know what I'm saying. Anyway, as I was trying to say, I was on a fairly heavy load, so of course every single way station it had to stop at and then try to build the speed back up. And I mean, the length of time that you get, oh, my cruise control was set correctly, it's just going uphill. I thought I had it set wrong because it was stuck at 65, but sorry for distracting myself. Anyway, yeah, so you got plenty of time with every single trip that you take. It's very difficult unless you get into an accident or you have too many of these delays, roadblocks, and things. I think that's programmed only to have a maximum of 1 per trip, where you might have to do a detour like this. But regardless, those are the only times where you might run into a risk of not being able to finish on time. Either that, or if you don't schedule your sleep correctly, then you might run into where sleeping will cause you to miss your delivery time. But if you don't sleep, you will get penalized. You'll get tickets and things like that if the police catch you when your sleep turns red. The little bed icon over there in the corner, if that turns red, and I think there's a little bit of grace period because it turns red before it is actually expired. Let me see right now. We've got 2 hours and 29 minutes. It'll start yawning here fairly quick. It's around the 2-hour mark if I recall. And then shortly after that it turns red, and then after it hits 0, then you could get a ticket for driving while tired. And of course your vision starts blanking out and things like that, plus you have to listen to the guy yawning nonstop, which is just irritating. It doesn't really do anything. So anyway, if you are tired, you can always turn off fatigue as well. It's not going to damage anything with the achievements. But I like to keep it just to be able to prove that I did it as close to legitimately as the game will permit you to be. Legitimacy in this game is kind of a misnomer. Make sure nobody's there. We're good here. Turn that corner. Now we just got 15 miles to go. And it's a Scipio. Yeah, here goes my driver yawning like a fool. Again, like I said, we've got 2 hours and 2 minutes still before officially we've run out of time. So I think we'll have enough time to drop this off and find a rest stop nearby. We shall see if there is one. I'll try and set that back up to 65, but we're not going to get there before we have to turn off. At least on this trip, even though we haven't accomplished much, we will unlock another town in Utah. That'd be Salina, which kind of reminds me of Salinas, California, where John Steinbeck was from, if I recall. You can fact check me on that, I might just be making stuff up. There you go, we're halfway through all the towns in Utah. Back down to 50. 40. And actually, we gotta stop ahead. So. That's actually literally making me tired now. I'm actually turning left, not right. I was about to turn right. Thankfully, I checked my GPS in time. trailers, so we'll see how hard the backing end will be. And that's what I thought. It only gives you the medium one, or I guess it's really the easy one, or you can skip it. But when you have like multiple trailers, it seems to be doing that. I should be okay on here. Make sure that I'm in the green line. Stop. Went just a little too far, so back it up. Drop that off. Woohoo! And we're level 5 as well. So let's see, we want to increase the distance we can go. That's always what I do, no matter what. Let me see really quick on the map. Where is the closest? Down here. I need to fill up on gas anyway, so that's good. And I'm going to go out the other exit to mark that one off on the mini map just to try and clear, or try to access all the roads. It's not an achievement in here. In Euro Truck Simulator 2 it is. And definitely if you want all the achievements in Euro Truck Simulator 2, you want to do that one as quick as possible, because every DLC that you get will make it that much harder to complete. And of course there's a lot of traffic, so since we're in town, time is actually going slower. So still have an hour and 37 on there before we're actually risking getting fined. Nice scenery. Chinese takeout. Excuse me. Dad's Cafe. And this is 9 miles out of town. See, it's the yawning that just gets irritating to me more than anything else when it comes to getting tired in this game. That's just my opinion. Your mileage may vary, as they say. And now that we're on the outskirts of town, I think the clock will start moving faster again. I'm not sure if they count this as part of town or not, though. Looks like they might still count it as town, because it doesn't look like it's switching over that fast. Well, now it is. It's 411, 412, 413. Alright. Yeah, and we do have to go on that side for the gas as well. And see, now the bed has turned red. So I don't know if now is when I can start getting fined, or if it does have to actually expire. I've never actually gotten fines until it's been after the expiration, but I don't know what actually triggers the fine for the sleep, whether it's running into a police officer who can see you, or if there's like a camera. Oh, I got an achievement for filling up my gas tank for the first time. Gas Guzzler. Anyway, let's go ahead and sleep out here. And then you can see over in the corner, Molly has made us some money as well. And Molly has leveled up. So that's good. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm actually going to go to the truck dealer since we still have to visit. After this one, I think we'll have bought 3. Oh, before I do that, I need the bank because I need that loan in order to afford the truck. But anyway, now that we've got that, we can go to the truck dealer and buy our new truck. And after this, we can buy online. So I still don't think we can, right? Yeah, we need 3. And we should have ours counts as 1 and then 2 drivers. So this will fast forward time to where the dealer is open. So we purchase, we do not want to drive. And then we want to put it into our Provo garage. And they'll deliver it, as they say. And then we leave. Yes, we do want to leave it. And then we go to our recruiting agency. And since we've gotten one, then we should be able to hire a driver from here. And it's still the Christine. So we'll hire Christine. And you can drive our new truck over here. So now, before I forget, let's go into driver manager, Christine, and we'll make sure you start doing long distance first. Again, I always do that. And we've got $12,000 in the bank, so we'll be able to afford interest. Now that I got 2 loans, the interest is going to be close to $8,000 when you round that up. It's going to be about 7.5, maybe 7.6. Yeah, oh, it's down here. I can actually just look down there. 7.602 per day. So I've got 1 day right now of the ability to pay interest without any money. Oh, and just to show you, go back out here, and you can see it's actually during the daytime. It was like 2 in the morning when I first went over. So that's the only thing that really changes. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. I will see you guys later. Have a good one.